2 and day 1.
I mean, the biggest difference is really just that you're a lot stronger. You've built a lot more towards your final form. And so maybe you can be a little bit more confident taking on some of the tougher foes in the test. There could be more random bosses you're willing to take the challenge against. Let's hear it, though, directly from Parky herself. Let's get a quick listen in and think about, how's your guys' strategy forming up here on day 2?
So we are trying to get some churches today. We weren't able to get that many on day 1, and we do need some healing. So we're gonna go do that, and other than that, I think our vibes are pretty good. I think we've got some good builds going. It's nice and simple, I'd say. And yeah, the Bellbring Hunter was super easy. I think we got this.
All right, light work. That's what you want to hear here for a potential winning run. It's a good start, but they've got a ways to go. Need to level up those flasks. So the churches, what they offer is, an additional flask charge for your allies. Be able to get that online, which, believe me, we're going to expect them to need when it comes to stand up to the heat. Wilder absolutely
Good dodge, good dodge.
Oh,
screw that play. Oh!
Massive damage here. Here was good to see that res mechanic. I think that's our first down of the run in such an insanely clean run so far. Luckily, teammates just attack you when you're in your down state. That's going to get you right back into the fight. I will say, if you get downed again, if it's a little bit too quick after the last one, it's going to be more difficult to get you back into the fight. So those successive downs can be a bigger and bigger problem, which we'll expect to see become more relevant, especially in those later boss fights that are more difficult.
We double the hits, then triple the hits. It takes stamina to hit your teammates. It also takes stamina to dodge away from the boss. So you got to make some big decisions in prime time. What's happening over here?
Screw that plant.
Screw that plant. Here's that charge shot from Iron Knight. Massive damage, big knockdown, hitting multiple mobs at once. Great for clearing some of these ad cramps. Great for snowballing the farm from your team. It's been one of the great assets of Iron Knight being displayed here for the first time in packs. Looking like, I think, a pretty strong character to have in almost any build. It feels like you could always use that extra mark damage on bosses, the knockdown and clear on the ads. It just adds great utility to the team. And meanwhile, the double Wilder frontline has been working incredibly well.
Now we tune in with Eric's POV as well. They've got a huge bow, even though they're still playing Wilder. You can expect into anything that you find that you want to pick up, so have that ranged option as well.
Yeah, that's a great point, right? You might start off on these builds, and yes, your abilities are set by the character you're playing, but ultimately, you can take a different playstyle. If you find the right weapon that takes you a different direction in the build, you can follow that. And I think that's something we're going to expect to see more and more of as players get comfortable with Nightreign, is the willingness to play into all sorts of different builds. I mean, most of us, we play Elden Ring, it's like you kind of already know your favorite build, the way you want to approach the game. Nightreign, I think, puts a lot of pressure on people to try new things and experience all of the vast diversity that's available in the game.
Rocking in with it again. I mean, we talked about it a little bit, but this team comp, right? What we two did as well, had to look at it. In your opinion, is this a solution to kind of get rid of the boss as fast as possible? This is one of the cleanest runs you've seen the entire day.
Yeah, I mean, the single target damage of this comp is pretty ridiculous, right? So Iron Eye can hit them with that marking skill, setting up for extra damage, and then the Wilders, that ultimate is going to not only stagger the boss, but deal pretty huge damage in its own right. So they've got great tools to focus fire down bosses. They've got enough AoE clear, it seems, to get through a lot of these enemies. I like this build. I mean, I don't think we've seen this set of characters deployed before exactly, but it's looking great for them so far on the run.
Poison though, with the top against these bats. Afterward too, want to take things down with a big health bar. So yep, find another perfumer, start to lock in, start to swing, do that damage.
Okay, here come the Wilders, coming in aggressive, got the boss in the corner, focusing him down. I mean, honestly, these camps aren't presenting too much trouble here for our Night Bears, but the key is time, right? Of course, you're going to take down a few camps here and there, but getting that one extra camp, 2 extra camps down, getting that extra level up could be the difference between victory and defeat when it comes to challenging that, of course, the final boss.
See that big circle as well, exactly where this team needs to go. Things are closing down at the same time. Doesn't look too dark in the sky. Maybe possibly a jail to go to. How did those work around the map?
Yeah, so there's various Everjails around the map. If you can find a Stone Sword Key, which is a lootable item that you'll be able to deploy, then you'll be able to open the Everjail, which usually has a group of enemies or a boss where you can fight for yet more loot. So, you know, you gotta have to decide, I don't know if they do have a Stone Sword Key. Okay, it looks like they do. So you're gonna be able to open this Everjail, and it's more of a feast of that. Okay, the big AoE is kind
Very
of like
aggressive, very
from this
fast.
boss. They don't have the best tools to deal with it. Power shot though, from Iron Eye really helps.
We're not gonna back in. Iron Eye switches over to the melee weapon again, up close and personal.
Screw delay attack.
Lightning strikes in the skies. 15 damage, but it's all good.
Yeah, it seems like they're cleaning out these foes very well. Clean dodges here coming out from everyone in the group. These men dropping like flies. And now they're pretty low, right? Getting up towards that level 9. Maybe this camp is going to get them over the threshold to that level 10. Let's see what the reward they get from defeating this camp is, to see how these builds are starting to shape up towards the middle of the second day.
Yes,
Could be a legendary type item because that really changes your run, but nope. There's some commons locking in.
Look, history was built on stacking common passives, baby. That is money when it comes to taking on the final boss. Having a bunch of stacked passives, you'll see the Night Lord health bar. It does not go down quick. You need to be really set up for a long and difficult fight if you want to survive that one, if you want to come out victorious. Which, of course, you guys better be cheering for Paxies. If they're able to get the win here, you guys can leave with that exclusive winners-only swag. And there have been a lot of failed runs today. This game, a lot of challenge presented, even for some of these experienced players.
Wow, big stagger off. That goes rid of the horse.
Yeah.
But you can see how much planning is required and how much you have to kind of learn and adapt with on the fly, right? It's not going to be a really easy thing to know exactly where to go.
Hey.
You have choices of A, B, and C, and then when you choose B, A, C, and D are available now. You choose D, A, B, and C, back up for grabs in a brand new way. That is Nightreign in a nutshell. It's always making new decisions. Again, a brand new map every run. The zone closes in a different way. If you want to go for option A and it's inside the zone, you got to skip it. We do have an option down though to go inside the dungeon of this castle, and then here, if we go towards the left, I believe, off the stairs, maybe the right, there is a room that spawns a random boss.
You'll have to see what they end up coming up against here. Do they want to take the fight? Ironheim taking a look in. Looks like they feel confident. I mean, this is night 2, or day 2 rather. You have some power. The Black Knight Assassin, a real threat. Getting marked though. Hitting with massive back to back, and the boss is getting absolutely smoked here. Our group looking very strong. Still, bit of help though on the Black Knight Assassin. See if he can fight back. Make this difficult for our adventurers.
Look at the boom build right now. Just ripping that all over and over again. Staggering
nice.
Magma whips available, candlesticks, passive buffs too. Those big bosses, they give the items.
Yeah, they get better items, taking on a tougher foe. Crucible.
Oh no. Oh no.
This is a seriously tough foe. Didn't expect to see this guy here. Now he's taking the fight to our
Oh no.
We need some help up here.
Not like this. Not like this.
Pushes it even further back, more boss. So they gotta get into the fight, it doesn't matter. Crucible Knight almost going completely down. Damage is there. He's gone.
Wow, that Crucible Knight didn't really stand much of a fight. I was pretty impressed by that. Clearly the builds are really getting online. The levels are getting up there. We're starting to hit this heavy stat point where maybe a couple more levels are online and they're going to be ready to face off against the Night Lord. This chest, I think, usually drops some pretty strong loot. Let's see what's available here. Nice and talisman choices could really help when it comes to the small difference made in those final fights. And arrow talisman is perfect, of course,
Black
for Iron Eye's range playstyle.
Yeah, it's just not about, only the combat. Exploration gets awarded as well. So depending on what type of player you are, there's many different rewards that can be gotten. Different type of Crucible Knight up in business. This one, no shield. Long spear, lance, horn, whatever it is.
Yeah, the spear. It's like a little candelabra. It's got those antlers on his head. And then nice little voice arrows coming in. The stagger from the wild. They're able to get that crit in. Everybody pouring on damage when they're hitting that stun. I don't think I've seen a Crucible go down that easily before. This is a great position to be in the run. And they don't have much time left though, so they really gotta make hay while the sun shines. Not much left before the night falls. Maybe a few more enemies, a few more Crucible Knights if they want to continue taking it on. Honestly, the way the last 2 fights have gone, I feel pretty good for this team.
Pushing all the way to Boston. That is the wave. Wow. Well, that'd be a pass back to the Knights, yeah.
Oh,
are you feeling over there? I mean, this run is looking to be going fantastic. You guys feel like you're going to get a win over the Night Lord?
Yeah, of course we are.
Yeah!
It's like the wild team with the help of the range guy on the side is super good actually. I'm pretty impressed with how nice this team is.
Yeah, I think this team comp is really working out fantastically for you guys.
Ooh.
The Bills are really coming online, and also the Focus Fire looks great. These Crucible Knights getting staggered, getting smoked, and these guys have pretty ridiculous points. So it's kind of impressive that they're able to get all those staggers, all those knockdowns on some of the famously most difficult to interrupt enemies in the Elden Ring universe. So now, let's see, continuing on the run, a few more minutes to think about what they want to do, maybe an extra church to upgrade that class, maybe a little bit more loot or levels to be found. A lot of runes to be spent as well. Look at this Iron Eyes on level 9 right now, but 140,000 runes. You think that'd be like maybe a couple level ups? Yeah, straight to level 11, even level 12 from one of our Wilders.
Let's see them tapping with it. Yeah, all the way up to level 11. Gonna be looking good.
Ooh.
We keep moving forwards. 12 on this side.
And it looks like he got the Crucible Knight Shield for himself, so he was able to deploy that, turn that weapon of his previous foe onto this Knight 2 boss. And you can see that spectral orb tree ahead marks the location of the final arena. That's where the ring's going to close. They still have a bit of time though. Maybe they can go look for some more enemies to fight, some more runes to farm, maybe some discretionary items they could try to pop to help them out for these final fights. You still have a few more moments, and you want to use every second in a Nightreign run, right? You really want to optimize, be as strong as you can. The final boss has been the biggest hurdle, the biggest place we've seen a lot of these runs fall apart, even when they've started as well as this one.
This is kind of the make or break moment, right? This is exactly what Jay's talking about. Not just the fall of the run, but at the same time, where the strength of the run is kind of made. Jump in, not exactly to the boss arena, but where there are a few mobs. After that, make ways.
It's just Knight's Cavalry out here, okay? That's actually something good for them to do in this last little bit of time. I think they're actually probably pretty happy to find this, especially as strong as this group is. Knight's Cavalry can be a tough foe, highly mobile, but they got the damage to get through.
Oh! Nice cavalry.
Absolutely crushing.
And stay down.
Lots of decisions to make again. Cleaver or max FP. Let you use those weapon arts as much as you can.
Yeah, and I think the builds are already pretty locked in for our squad here. They've got a lot of items left. Maybe they can hit one last POI, maybe get some level ups before this final boss fight. Anything you can get at this point would be great. And this is, I mean, they're all level 12. This is a really great spot to be. The run has gone fantastically up to this point. Hopefully they'll be able to continue on for a finish, but all is up for grabs when you take on the Night Lord. This Knight 2 boss, though, the penultimate hurdle, we'll see if they're able to get through it. Once again, by some waves of ads come, you should be able to get through these, but crucially, you need to do so without wasting any of your heals. You're going to need those flasks for the long and difficult fight ahead.
Now, we don't know what boss is coming up, so you guys will be seeing this first yourselves as well. What is the day 2 type of situation here when it comes to Nightreign? That is the question. A few more mobs we take now. One of these will be kind of more mini bossy and have a little bit more HP, but shouldn't be a problem. There's the big boom, there's the miss, and afterwards it's a trio boss. The tree side.
Oh no! Oh.
All three
Lock
players
him
will be
down,
taking
lock him
on
down.
their own boss, or one person taking aggro on 2, while they're focused down on 1. What is the situation here?
Wow. Massive hit from Wilder, putting the pressure on. Looks like they're focus firing down these cavalry one by one. The first already goes down. Wilder, meanwhile, holding on the people's champion, holding the aggro of the main boss, has those levels, has the tankiness from the shield. So far, the strategy looks great. Coordination is amazing.
Going from bottom of the ladder all the way towards the top.
Oh.
Second cavalry man almost taken out.
Wow.
He is down.
Okay, they're making light work of this. They're turning these bosses into mincemeat. The horsemen aren't lasting long. Another big shot from a Wilder. Popping down that stamina bar, trying to get a big stagger here on the tree sentinel. Looks like he's enraging. There comes the stagger though. Still gets those spectral steeds in to assist. And okay, this group is ready to take on the Night Lord. I don't think we've seen a run this solid yet today.
Yeah, they're barely taking any damage. They're looking so controllers, this is looking so good from every single player. We've got the range, DPS, kind of lock it in, getting up close and personal with those fades.